again, I'm quoting you, this is something you mentioned just the other day. There's a sense that science and tech are a trap that humanity is setting for itself.
Well, there's always a question, why the slowdown has happened, and I'm always hesitant to answer the why question, because these things are so overdetermined, and it can be things from sclerosis and overregulation in government to ways that education institutions have deranged. It's possible that in certain areas it's just become harder to discover new things, where even if we build new particle colliders in physics, how many new particles are we finding? And so there's sort of a whole range of components to it. But if I had to anchor on a single narrative, the one that I've come to believe very strongly is that there's something about science and technology that is very dangerous, that feels somewhat like a trap, where so many of these technologies have sort of a very dark, violent, even apocalyptic dimension. The paradigmatic example are probably nuclear weapons, where progress didn't stop immediately after 1945, but it was some kind of a delayed quarter-century reaction where, say, in 1970, people woke up one day and realized, we can blow the whole world up 20 times over. We're sending people to the moon to build these ICBMs to send the thermonuclear bombs to the Soviet Union even faster. And at some point, what's the point? And then I think what happened with nuclear technology is true of so many other areas. There's a question about AI. Is this a fundamentally dangerous apocalyptic technology? There's a left-wing version of this with climate change, but maybe you can generalize this to various other forms of environmental degradation. There is, polemically, I've often suggested, we should have a ticker tape parade for the scientists who invented the mRNA vaccine, which is sort of, again, an impressive breakthrough in biotech. And I think we're uncomfortable giving them a ticker tape parade, because immediately adjacent to the mRNA vaccine is, we're immediately reminded, as we have that ticker tape parade, or if we were to have it, of the sort of gain of function research that was being conducted at the Wuhan lab, and which is sort of this Orwellian word maybe for a bioweapons program. And so all these things are deeply adjacent.
So the notion is that every one of these technological and scientific advances that we used to be so thrilled about, every one of them is a double-edged sword.
It's at least double-edged. Now, it doesn't mean we shouldn't be doing them. I'm still on the accelerationist camp. I'm still on the deregulation side. I still think it's a catastrophe that these things have slowed down. But it's not simply a failure. It's also what people have done, because the alternatives were quite dangerous and quite frightening. I would like there to be we've made very little progress in cancer research. I'd like there to be more progress in biotech, but maybe if we'd had a lot of progress, there would have been some dangers with that, and people were very, very scared of those dangers. So there's a nuclear power plant debate in Germany. Why did they shut down the nuclear power plants? It's the dumbest thing ever. But so many of these nuclear power plants, are dual use. You create plutonium, and then you can build bombs, and it's not that easy to separate the civilian from military uses.
Right.